I'm going to begin in 5 seconds. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final show of our 2021 BCTC theater season. This is From the Bluegrass 21, a series of new plays by local and regional playwrights. We're very excited to have all of you here with us tonight. I want to say a special thanks to a couple of people before we get started. First off, I'd like to thank film coordinator Stephani Fitch. Steph and I have worked very closely together this year, and she has been an integral part of the work that we've done during this lockdown pandemic situation. Thank you, Steph. I'd also like to thank Corey Mulligan from the PR office here at BCTC for helping us out. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Kathy Swango, Humanities Division Professor, and Angie King and the entire Humanities Division. Thank you to you folks. I'd also like to say a very special thank you to our cast, our crew, and our playwrights for working so diligently these past few weeks to bring these new pieces to life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you'd like to donate to our program, if you go back to our BCTC Theater Productions page, which is where most of you entered this evening, you'll see that there is a donations link that will take you to a site for the BCTC Foundation. There's a drop-down box, and if you hit theater and make a donation, we would greatly appreciate it. Afterwards tonight, after our final scene, we will have a quick bonus scene for you this evening that has to do with our 21-22 season. And there will also this evening only be a brief talk back with our playwrights. All 6 of our playwrights will be with us for about 20 to 25 minutes afterwards. So please stick around. If you'd like to ask questions to those folks, you can do so by logging them into the YouTube chat box, and we'll see that those questions are answered. That's all I have for you. Thank you again for coming this evening. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy From the Bluegrass 21.
Earlier this morning, police arrived at this corner after responding to a call about a group of Black teens loitering by a stop sign. Bystanders say that the young Black teens refused to leave the corner because they lived on the house located on the corner of this block behind me. Officers arrested several of the teens, but as 15-year-old Thomas Jeffries, a resident of the home on the corner, pulled out his cell phone to record the actions of the officers opened fire on him, shooting him 17 times. He was pronounced dead on the scene, and out of respect to the officers and the families involved, their names will not be released until further investigation.
Sick of this shit. You on your way?
Yeah.
How long?
Soon. Go ahead and get started.
Right. Like I'm the one they want here.
Please, not right now.
Just hurry up. You've been gone all day. Girls. Girls. Girl. Girl.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling.
Somebody's got an attitude.
I wonder why.
I think you just wake up like this. Oh, why is you yelling? I'm right here.
First time I wouldn't have to yell.
Girl, she going.
Hey, babe, not today.
Cause if I'm a slide,
I'm a slide riding on it.
and put the pole on that.
They're screaming, you.
Really? I mean, really.
What?
You don't have to actively work at being less than your experience.
Oh my gosh.
Ma, you are always trying to act better than somebody. We ain't even on that.
No, I don't. I also don't walk around acting like I'm not a corporate lawyer.
See, here you go.
At every turn, you all resent and rebel against the upbringing that you've been given. Now I'm sick of it.
What's this?
Oh, no.
What? It's ice cream and cake.
I don't want that. I said ice cream cake.
Well, don't eat it, you little brat.
I'm finna go get what we wanted.
Hey, no, it's not a word. If you're finna do anything, you're finna get your leg off my table.
I don't know why. It ain't bothering nobody.
Because when I look at you, I don't want to see your coochie too. Shit.
Mom, oh my gosh.
That's how I have to talk to y'all to get the response that I want.
You are always body shaming somebody.
Whatever.
Anyways, girl, did you hear about Ruger Gang slide on Tom Tom?
Girl, you already know. Tom Tom just got out, so you already know he with the. You dig?
Vodka, please.
We are 4-1. So I mean,
We.
you know I'm long live Ruger forever.
Girl, he a punk though. Tom Tom had him running from the head up.
No. I was there. Tone had a whole 7 dudes with him.
Nah. Hold on, I'm finna show you the video.
Why? Why are we talking about this?
Technically, you're not talking about it. We are.
That way.
I'm just trying to figure out why so much of this consumes your brain space.
I mean, it's not consuming too much brain space because we here, ain't we?
Exactly. So why are we talking about who slid down one hill and rolled up the other?
Anyways, Raven, they both recruiting today. It's about to go up.
That's right. It is Ruger Day. Send it to me.
No, not today. Hold the way. We're not doing that today.
Mom, it's just entertainment.
No, it's not just entertainment. Right now, every day, Black boys are being hunted down and killed by police while simultaneously running away from boys that look just like them. Running for their lives. Please explain to me why that's so entertaining to you young Black girls.
You don't get it.
No, I sure don't.
Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at?
Hey, Dad.
My favorite college girls. Let's pop some bottles.
Ain't we gonna wait for man?
Where you been at? He ain't been back since his walk from yesterday.
Where he at?
I don't know. Probably with your people.
That's okay. All that's gonna come to an end real soon.
No, it's not okay. We're always there for his big events. He needs to be here for ours.
That's what's most important to you? That he's here for your party? You do realize it's much bigger than that, right?
I mean, Ma, for me personally, I really don't care. It's his life and his choice. He's just too disrespectful for me.
Ain't got some shit.
What? He is.
And who do you think taught your brother to be disrespectful to his parents and his house?
Rugen then?
Don't even.
No, you two did.
I do not. Oh my gosh. I do not be telling him to do none of the stuff he's doing. In fact, Mama, for your information, I think what he's doing is stupid.
And I'm personally tired of y'all always blaming us for his actions. He does not look up to us.
Exactly. He don't listen to nothing we say.
But he watches your actions.
So, don't tell him to make the same mistakes we made. He doing too much.
And so did you.
No, Ma, oh my gosh. See, you always saving him.
No, I'm not saving him. I realize that a 15-year-old boy cannot process his decisions like we can. And sometimes getting away from home is okay.
See?
That ain't gonna fly no more.
Okay. So what you want to do?
Oh, it's been done.
What? What's been done?
I went to the police station and I filed a missing person report. This is his third time doing this. I won't stand for it anymore.
Why? You have to stop them.
Oh, it's done now. He wants to be in jail. So that's why I told him to take her.
But Dad, he's with Ruger Gang right now, about to get initiated.
What? Wait. How do you know that?
Because he texted me.
Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Oh my God. Oh my God, honey, we have to go get him.
No, let the police pick him up. I'm done.
The police just killed another Black boy today. You seriously gonna sit here and do nothing?
See? Saving him.
Shut up.
What are you doing?
I'm going to get my son.
Mom, these boys are literally at war killing each other right now. What do you think you're gonna do? Just roll up in there and pull them out?
I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm not about to sit around here and wait for the results.
I'm going too.
No, you stay here.
I know them. They're not going to shoot me.
But bullets don't have names.
We need to let the police do their jobs.
You do that. Sit down.
No, you're not going without me.
I said sit your ass down.
Dad, you just going to let her go by herself?
That Frank just took your car keys.
Fuck!
Why can't I sleep? Why can't I sleep? Too much thinking, not enough action. Hey, nice board.
Hey, nice board.
Thanks.
Thanks.
It's you, isn't it? You're why I can't sleep. Why haven't you showed up all the other times I've been here? Because I can't freaking sleep.
Thanks. Didn't feel like it. Thanks.
Wow. Just like me. But no.
Why haven't you showed up? No. Just like you.
No, I don't look like I came out of a Halloween Express catalog.
Yes, you do.
Not.
I'm still a part of you. I'm you 5 years ago.
5 years ago, I wasn't me.
My existence says differently.
You're a ghost! You don't exist!
I know you still look in the mirror and you hate yourself. I know that you haven't stopped drawing those scars down your arms. I know that you don't even know yourself.
Fuck you! None of that is true. I know that I'm
too feminine to be masculine and too masculine to be feminine. You'll never fit in anywhere. No one will ever see you the way you want them to.
Hold up. That shouldn't matter. So what if I don't know? I'm proud of who I am, even though sometimes it gives me shit, but I trust my gut.
Proud? You haven't even told your mom yet. You haven't even told your friends. Have you even told yourself?
No. So what? I'm just taking my time.
Yeah, but when is it too much time? The vision of who you want to be keeps changing.
Okay, I may not know who I am fully, but will I ever? At least I'm trying to figure it out. Unlike you never tried to.
Well, all you do is lie. You're just lying to yourself.
Stop it.
This is all just an act because you hate yourself so much.
I said, stop it.
It's all fake. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
Stop it! Sorry.
Okay.
Why are you even here?
Because you abandoned me.
What do you mean?
Every time you look at me, you cringe. Pictures of me, you hate it. It's like you hate me.
I don't hate you.
Well, then why did you say we're not the same? Why did you say that I'm not like you?
Well, I guess I'm scared of you.
Because I'm a ghost?
Ha! But that's actually kind of true, but like metaphorically.
What do you mean?
Whenever I look at you in pictures and stuff, I see someone, well, me, pretending to be someone I wasn't, because I never really asked myself who I was, because I was afraid of who I was. I don't want to be like that again. I don't want to suffocate again. Or I guess I'm sort of embarrassed by you because I'm so different now.
Well, you don't make sense.
I know. I get what you're saying, though, in a way. I mean, we both like skateboarding.
Yeah, and we both like listening to our music way too loud.
Ah, totally gonna lose my hearing early. But do you get that we aren't the same at the same time? You don't define me. You don't get to do that. I guess it's what I was saying before a little. I don't want to stay the same my whole life because, well, life. And even though there are parts of us that are the same, that doesn't mean I have to be the same as you. I'm evolving. I'm more me than I ever was before. I feel better. Better than before, I guess. Do you ever feel like you're suffocating?
Yeah. But that's the only way I know how to handle those feelings.
Okay, I get that.
It's just, I don't feel like I can say anything about them. I don't like thinking about myself.
I feel, but now I kind of have to.
Does it hurt
What?
thinking about yourself? Does it hurt?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it hurts, but it's worth it.
Worth it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth it. Hmm. You get it though, right? That you're still a part of me, but that doesn't mean you can overtake me, okay?
So you don't hate me.
No, I don't hate you. I forgive you for shutting everything in, but now I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks
For what?
for getting me here. Without you, I guess I wouldn't be who I am now at all.
Even though I annoy you.
Even though you annoy me.
Thanks.
For what?
For being you. For being us. Sorta.
Even though I'm still figuring it out.
Even though you're still figuring it out. And I'm sorry for what I said and for hunting you. It's just, I didn't think I could ever be like you. I guess I'm jealous.
It's okay. I'm jealous of you sometimes. You're so intense and playful. I'm sorry too for sort of hating you.
It's okay. I get it now.
Me too. I guess I'm okay with you being me 5 years ago.
Well, I guess I'm okay with you being me in the future.
Hey, you'll figure it out. It's gonna get better.
For you too.
I'm sorry for never giving you this. Never cutting you slack. I love you.
I love you too. You still look like you're from a Halloween Express catalog.
Oh, you're the one to talk. I love you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Where are you at today?
Ultra.
Maintenance on G5, isn't there?
Yeah. Seal leak.
Again? Damn. Going to the lake this weekend?
Yeah. My brother and his kids are coming up. It's been a while.
That'll be nice.
Should be. Supposed to be sunny.
Is he the one in Cedar Rapids?
Madison. Sisters in Cedar Rapids.
Right. Mike has cousins in Madison. We visited once.
Do you have any luck finding anything?
He picked up a third shift in the city. Pays good.
Warehouse?
Docks.
Oh, good for him.
I don't know. I won't see him much.
Isn't there a third open? Did you ask Jack if he'd move you?
He doesn't want to have to fill it again when I'm out.
Oh. Makes sense.
Kind of bullshit.
Hey,
What's wrong?
I thought you had to quit since you're...
I don't have to do anything.
But shouldn't you?
Why?
Can it screw up its lungs or something?
You can buy an inhaler for the baby shower. What?
Nothing.
No, really, what?
You're just going to get mad.
Because it isn't really your business.
It's just selfish.
What is?
You are. Or you are being selfish.
And what do you know about taking care of people?
Right. Thanks.
You're just not.
Just forget it.
I didn't mean it like that.
I know.
It's just hard to imagine, you know, that I could screw it up before it's even born.
Well, I guess it's not really your problem, though, is it?
God, I don't know. I just want to do what's best for her.
Her?
Oh, yeah, the adoption people had to know.
Well, cool. Her.
Her?
What are you going to name her?
We can't. The new people get to.
Oh. Are they nice?
They haven't picked a couple yet. They might not until she's out.
I'm sure they will be.
Yeah, I hope so.
They have to do a lot of screening stuff about them. And you two.
Mike didn't want to, you know.
Wanted to keep her.
Oh, God, no. He didn't want to do any of this.
It's not really his call, though, is it?
I mean, it's his too. I think he might have been right.
I guess you still could.
No, it'd be weird now. Not weird, bad, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't be good.
I don't think it's really good or bad. It just is, you know?
It's all bad. It's like shitty parenting roulette. Kill it, raise it, give it away.
I think you'd be a good mom.
Fuck off.
Really, I do.
I can't even take care of myself. She'd spend her whole life in therapy.
You care about people, though. You do your best. Not everyone gets someone like that. She'd be really lucky.
Mike would be a shit dad.
Nobody cares if dads are shit.
I don't know. I did. I would, I guess. You'd make a good one.
A good dad.
Yeah, I think so.
What do I know about taking care of people?
I said I didn't mean that.
You did.
No, I mean you pay attention and you're honest, even when it's hard.
Lying's never any good.
But it's easier sometimes.
At first.
At some point you get used to it. Or good at it. Both, maybe.
Which of you?
Used to it? Probably.
Not good.
Not as bad as you. You're happier that way, though.
And what does that make you?
I don't get it.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
I think so. I'm happier than I've been.
You deserve to be.
I think I name her Gwen. After my grandma.
I like it.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty.
You're gonna find someone who makes you happy. Or happier.
I know. Thanks.
Break's about up.
Yep.
Enjoy the lake.
Oh, I'll be in tomorrow.
Oh, I'm off. Appointment.
Oh, good luck.
Thanks. You too.
With
The pump. G5. See you leak.
right. Thanks.
See you Monday?
Monday. Some of the guys and I might grab drinks after work if you, well, never mind. Monday.
Been a while.
That's what you want to lead with?
What do you expect me to say? I mean, after everything you've done, what do you really expect me to say? Just forget it. Let's get this over with. Why did you do this? I mean, how could you do this? I knew you were angry, but
I did it for you. You love to create things, and I knew you were running out of space up there, so I made room. I always make room.
But you destroyed them. Thousands of them. How can you be okay with that? How can you justify that?
It's in my nature. It's literally my name.
What about this?
Oh, yeah, I was sad that day. Oh, there, I was laughing at something a soul said that reminded me of you.
You were laughing. Do you have any idea of the destruction you bring? You used to be so warm and caring, and now it's just...
Now I'm what? Not what you wanted? Oh, trust me, I know. You create them, and then the only time I get to see you is when I take too many from your precious sandbox.
Is that what this is about? I'm not giving you enough attention? You know why we can't be together. I tried to make this separation easier for you.
Oh, and it worked for a while. But every single one of their faces reminds me of you. Every soul that comes through my gate has your smile or your laugh or your touch. And you just keep making them. I mean, how many more times will it take before you perfect them, your human creations?
It's not about the experiment anymore. I love them now. Each one I make is special. I love watching their lives unfold. I love watching them learn and grow. Each group I make is better than the last.
Each group is more dangerous. They will destroy themselves. Don't you see? What you give them, it is worthless to them.
I don't care.
They are inventing weapons that can wipe out the geography that you painted.
I don't care.
They kill their own children.
I don't care. I can make them another.
And you should. If not for them, then for me.
Why should I care about you? You said yourself they are more precious to me. You have to cause natural disasters just to have a meeting with me. This is cheap, desperate.
Oh, you think you're so high and mighty. Look at life, giving meaning and breath to the world. The force that created the plants and animals, nature and beauty. Well, when your creations outlive their usefulness and their beauty fades and they're sitting alone at the end of their time in a rocking chair, you're not there to wrestle with your souls. I'm the one that has to give them peace and comfort. And when they ask why you're leaving them, I'm the one that has to tell them that you'll create enough to fill their place to replace them. You create them. And then the moment they're born, I'm the thief in the night. However, you set the time, and when the clock strikes, I get the blame.
If they choose to destroy the world, I can make another. I can remake this whole experiment all over again, and you will be with me. How can you not when we are immortally linked? Where there is life, there is death. And where there's death, there's life. I love them. So what? I am fickle and unfair. That is my nature. If I choose to wipe them out and restart, you will help me. You will come for them and you will take them under your wing just like last time.
You say you know what love is, but I don't think you know what it really means.
Of course I know what love is.
Really? Because according to them, you have no idea. Not anymore.
I gave them my love when I made them. And you say I don't know what it is?
I think you start out loving them, but then you forget about them. And then I have to spend all my time making sure they're not alone in their last moments. When you leave them, it's over for them. Don't you see that?
But I can't be there in those moments. Don't they understand that? There's only so much of me to go around. Well, once I'm gone.
Then it's just me.
Yeah. Then it's just you.
Just me and them.
You and them. God. Why is this so hard?
I know. But I'll see you again.
I guess I have to go now. Clock's ticking.
Okay. I got this one. I'm a it's getting hot. They're gonna love.
Who goes there?
Wait, what?
State your purpose.
Out for a walk? Can I come up?
First, answer my questions,
Or what?
or I get to throw this at you.
Well, that doesn't seem so bad. What is that?
I call it the Boom 3000. It's rock hard, bitter cold. Hardness.
That seems pretty extreme.
I needed the stakes to be high.
So these questions. What kind of questions are we talking here?
Serious ones.
I mean, you're a little old to be up in a tree and still be taken seriously.
You want it in this tree?
Well, now I'm not so sure. Shouldn't I stay for a walk? Maybe I'll just keep walking.
It's a great tree! Big! Sturdy! Great view! You can feel the breeze up here!
That does sound pretty nice.
It's pretty fantastic if you ask me. Better than a walk.
Wow. Okay then. You've sold me.
So you want the questions?
Sure. Whoa! I haven't even answered a question yet.
You'll get them wrong.
I'm pretty smart.
Maybe they're trick questions. No real answers. Maybe I just want to test my newly developed Boom 3000 against you. Protect what I have.
You don't seem like the sort to do that, though. I mean, you make up this, you climb a tree, you wait for someone to pass, you make up this test of questions. Sounds to me like you have a lot of time on your hands up there in that tree. Sounds to me like you're lonely.
It's a risky hypothesis. You haven't even heard the questions yet.
That's fair. So?
You answer the questions correctly.
And I can climb your tree. Got it.
Oh, that's not all.
There's more?
Maybe. You'll have to find out after you answer the questions.
There seems to be an awful lot of pre-screening just to get in this tree.
It's a pretty darn great tree.
Well, no, I can't leave. I have to get in this tree. What's stopping me from just refusing to answer your questions and climbing up there with you?
Behold! My newly developed Boom 3000.
Right. These questions, are they trick questions?
No. In fact, they're relatively simple. Just 3.
Let's do this.
Ready?
Fire away.
Questions, not the Boom 3000.
Okay. First question. Ude, uye, aikle, ute, inkse, n-a, iste, our shay?
Wait, what? No, I didn't know the questions weren't in English. Is that Pig Latin? Okay. Okay, I got this. Can I ask you to repeat it?
Ude, uye, aikle, inkse, n-a, iste, our shay?
Do I like to sing in the shower? Do I like to sing in the shower? Yes, I think I do. I answer yes. Next question.
Quelle est votre couleur préférée?
What? Is that French? That's not fair. Oh, fine. I got this. Again, please.
Quelle est votre couleur préférée?
Color. Prefer color, favorite color, purple. I love purple. One more question and I'm climbing that tree. Come on, let's go. Last question. I got this.
Quanini honeypendi.
You're just making up words now. That's a real language? I don't believe you. Well, there has to be some sort of trust involved. Otherwise, why am I even going through this? There was an understanding when this started. There was a tree. This tree. A few questions might grant me access to this fine tree, and now it's in other languages? This is a pretty big hurdle just to climb a tree and not get something thrown at me.
Give up.
These rules seem to be completely arbitrary.
Completely. I was here first. My rules.
Gosh. I don't really think this tree's even worth the effort now that I've begun this whole process. What about that tree over there?
Where?
Over there. There's a whole grove of them over there. Maybe one of them will be better.
No way! This is the best tree.
Yeah, but we've really strayed so far from where we began. I think I'll go over to the other tree. You can continue to spend your time up in your tree all alone. Maybe I'll invite people to get into my tree for free. I'll put up signs. Everyone can climb my tree.
Well, that's insane! You're gonna let anyone just wander up and start climbing?
Yep. Anyone and everyone.
Even the weirdos? Or... Wait. But in order to get to your tree, they have to get past my tree. I can't have that.
I don't think you have much choice. Everyone's welcome in my tree.
Even the weirdos, the cool chicks, the flat earthers, the politicians? What about the infirmed? How are they gonna get into your tree?
Maybe I'll help them up. I'll climb down and I'll boost each one of them up into the tree.
They could fall. They can't grab hold very well. They will fall and hurt themselves. They will probably sue you or cry out against your tree, make you chop it down. They will protest your tree. Cries of "No more trees! Down with the trees!" will echo and keep you awake at night.
I guess that's a chance I have to take. It's just a tree.
Even the jerks, the A-class donkeys, the sideshow freaks, even Kanye. You have to draw a line.
Well, that does cause me some anxiety, but maybe being up in the tree will help them see things differently.
But again, in order to get to your tree, they have to get past my tree. I can't have that.
I don't think you have much choice. Everyone is welcome in my tree.
How about this? I just let you up here. Forget about that last question. It was Swahili, by the way.
Oh man, Swahili. Of course.
You join me and forget about that other tree.
Well, it does sound pretty nice. And a lot less trouble.
Exactly. A lot less. This tree already has a system in place. Yes, it has its kinks and flaws, but it's working for the most part. Maybe just by you being here will improve how this tree works.
So you're open to change?
Let's see once you get up here. You get settled in, look around, take in the fresh air, the view. Things look so much different from up here. Well, we'll see how it goes.
So I don't have to answer that last question. What if that gets around?
What do you mean?
Well, what if others find out that the rules are a little flexible?
There's no one here. Who's gonna know?
And the Boom 3000?
What about it?
It's not a threat anymore?
Oh, I have to throw it at you. At least one time. In order to appreciate the reward, you have to suffer a little. To appreciate it, you must sacrifice.
What did you sacrifice?
Nothing. I was here first.
That's not fair.
I never said anything about fairness. This all started because you walked past this tree. I said this, you said that. Bada bing, here we are.
So my sacrifice is getting
In the face with my Boom 3000.
Will it hurt much?
If it didn't hurt, would it be a sacrifice? Okay, it won't hurt much. It's probably just made out of foam or rubber, right? It's an incredibly small price to pay.
Well, then I think we have ourselves a deal.
Excellent.
What happens the next time someone walks by the tree?
Same thing. Rinse and repeat.
Can I make up the questions? If I'm taking a Boom 3000 to the face so I can scale this tree, at least let me make up the questions.
Fine. You can make up the questions. But I will test the Boom 3000 against you. That's the deal breaker. There has to be some compromise.
What if you just, I don't know, there's something else at those sweating in the tree? Something with potentially less dangerous results.
This is becoming way more complicated than I originally wanted. Honestly, I just wanted to walk around in and throw this at people. The tree, the questions, I made them up while I was waiting for someone to pass by. You got me. I don't get to test my Boom 3000.
No, go ahead. I still went in this tree. I'm not going to back out now.
Really? Even though you know the truth?
You seem to have a pretty great thing going on. I tell you what, I'll take your place. You won't have to stay in the tree anymore. You can just wander around and throw things at people.
It's awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Don't mention it. Hey, you didn't use the Boom 3000.
You know what? Let's call it even. Enjoy your tree.
Not the best feel.
Oh, hello, everybody. Oh, I see some of you are still figuring things out. We'll just wait a couple of... You're muted.
Oh, hello.
Hello, there you are.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Now, I've asked each of you to come to the meeting today with ideas for play ideas that we can do remotely. Now, of course, we're hoping that we're going to get to do this. I'm sorry?
A musical. I say let's do a musical. I mean a short musical, because didn't you say this was supposed to be about 10 minutes long? Oh, we can write songs 10 minutes worth of a play. Right, everyone? All right, now follow my lead. A 1 and a 2 and a...
About what?
Well, now we haven't even officially started the meeting yet.
Like I said, about what?
I don't know, just, people talking and, and doing things.
Well, now, I don't know that any of us is qualified to write a musical. I mean, really. Now, if we can just call things to order, then we'll be able to get the meeting on. Oh, God, I've got to take this. Damn. Everybody, just turn your stuff off, and I'll send a chat notification when everything is back up and running. Here's a track from the world's best solo triangle performance. Hello?
A musical, as if. About what indeed? Hey, hun, are you gonna make the toast? I'm not gonna make the toast. Oh, maybe that could be the music. Are you gonna make the toast? I'm not gonna make the toast.
Yes, you jerks, a musical. It's a great idea.
I'm not gonna make the toast. Are you gonna make the toast?
That'll never work.
Make the toast. Are you gonna make the toast?
That'll never work.
I'm gonna make the toast. Are you gonna make the toast?
That'll never work.
Don't sing.
I think that'll work.
Who's gonna make a hit? We're gonna make a hit.
I thought of it.
Okay, we'll just put that in the old maybe column. Now, it looks like Toast Girl has posted to the group Facebook page about the possibility of a horror play, a 10-minute horror play on Teams.
Yes, right? I mean, think about it. You never know which one of us might be an impossible to kill murderer or a monster in human skin, or some unexplained events start occurring in a otherwise normal life due to unidentified malevolent forces.
That's pretty corny. Malevolent Forces sounds like a restaurant in Twin Peaks.
Sorry, guys. I gotta take this. Could be the villain. Hello? What? Who is this?
Oh my God. What is it?
I don't know. Some creepy voice just said, contact us today about your anti-life's extended warranty, and then wahahaha.
They said wahahaha, like that?
No, they did a maniacal laugh. You know. Oh well, prank caller, I guess. Let's just move on.
Phone's ringing, dude.
Hello?
Well?
It was a detective. He said the call was coming from inside the teams!
Oh, all right, now, har. Let's just move things along now, shall we? Now, Grumperson actually had a pretty good idea. To tell you about it, I've prepared some PowerPoint slides. I want to read them to you. Never mind. I'll just let her tell you about it. It's a time travel mystery.
What now?
I thought you were going to let me tell it.
Well, excuse me. Go right ahead, by all means.
A time travel mystery, you know, where the protagonist travels through time to try to fix something historical or right some mistake in their life. And maybe they run into unforeseen issues and have to return suddenly back to the present.
You know, that just might work. It's a fun idea, but y'all better be careful if you ever for real time travel.
Huh. I'll be sure to remember that, Fabulous.
Hey, no need to be rude. I'm just saying, I have seen a lot of time travel movies. I know how wrong things can go. Lots of potential for unforeseen consequences. Like, you could come back a completely different age, and no one would even recognize you. Or, oh God, things could just get dangerous and weird. Oh God, you could get stuck in a loop.
Like a Fruit Loop? Help! I'm stuck in a loop!
That's not even funny. Seriously, it can be bad.
You're right. It's not funny. And it is bad.
Really? And what have you brought to the table? Oh, ha ha.
If I'm being honest, I think it's a killer idea. Maybe the best one yet.
Like a Fruit Loop? Help! I'm stuck in a loop!
Seriously, that's not even funny. It can be bad.
You're right. It's not funny. And it is bad.
So really? And what have you brought to the table?
If
Ha ha.
I'm being honest, I think it's a killer idea. Maybe the best one yet.
Like a Fruit Loop? Help! I'm stuck in a loop!
Killer idea. Unintended consequences.
Seriously, that's not even funny. It can be bad.
You're right. It's not funny. And it is bad.
You're gonna make the toast. Killer idea. Unintended consequences.
Really? And what have you brought to the table?
I'm being honest. I think it's a killer idea. Maybe the best one yet. Are you gonna make the toast? Are you gonna make the toast? Consequences. Killer idea.
Hold. Let's hold for a second. Cut. That's not bad, guys. Not bad. But I want to take it from the top, okay? Jake, I need you to be a little bit less rude, you know? And Kris, your reaction should be more, I don't know, confident. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. And Mary, don't change a thing because that was perfect. Now, I'm not saying you're grumpy or anything, but yeah. And Sean, hey, you did that role just a little bit too well, partner, okay? Just kidding. There was some great stuff there, okay? But I need to go back from the top because we open in 2 days, folks. 2 days, okay? All right, let's take it from the top.
Hello, everyone. Well, I can see some of you are still figuring things out, but we'll just wait a couple of. You're muted.
Oh, hello.
There they are.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Now, I've asked each of you to bring ideas today to the meeting for play ideas that we can do remotely. Of course, we're hoping that we're going to get to do the show.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Jeremy, could you kill that camera for me, please? Yeah, your camera's on, dude. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thanks. We have one more special scene for you tonight. In our 2021 season, it's looking like we're going to be able to, hopefully, knock wood, get out and do some theater in front of a real live audience with real live people on stage. We're looking to do an outdoor production at the Winchester campus. And since we're going to be outdoors, we thought, what better to do than some Shakespeare? So we're going to take a look at doing Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing as our first production in the fall. The dates will be in late September. Now, in accordance with that, I thought we would have two of our current students who did a scene from Much Ado for one of their acting classes jump in and do that scene for you. So if you would please welcome Mary Leveridge and Kelly Asher. We'll take a look at that scene.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way. No such friend.
May a man do it.
It is a man's office, not yours.
I do love nothing in this world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not, it were as possible for me to say I loved nothing so well as you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing, though I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword. Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it and make him eat it that says, I love you not.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest. I love thee.
Then God forgive me.
For what offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour, for I was about to protest I loved you.
Then do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Ha! Come bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Terry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare! Easier! Be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain that hath scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. God, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
And scene. Well done. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Virtual snaps. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So thank you all very much again for coming and for spending some time with us this evening. I would like to welcome our playwrights. If our playwrights that are here could turn their cameras on now so we can see all of you guys. There's Mary Leveridge. Mary is the playwright who wrote Time. So who else do we have? We have, oh, look, we have one of them in the lobby. There's Jeremy Gillett. Jeremy's the playwright who wrote How Did We Get Here? So who else do we have? We have, oh, look, let's see, there's Daryn Michael. I see Daryn Michael down there. Daryn was the playwright who wrote In a Tree. There's Caden Healander, who not only, like Mary, was in the show, but also was my stage manager. And Caden was the playwright for Ghosts, Skating with Ghosts. And there's Matthew Morse. Hey, Matthew, how are you? Matthew was the playwright for Treatment. And let's see, what about Mr. Rigney? I thought he was going to be joining us. Do we see Mr. Rigney anywhere? Well, perhaps he will. Sorry?
But he is here, but not seen.
Okay, he's here in the room?
Yes.
Leif, turn the camera on. Come on. Don't be shy. Okay, well, we'll give him a chance. He may have stepped away. First off, I want to thank all of you for writing these pieces, for letting us bring them to life, giving us an opportunity to do that, to do new work. It's, working with teams and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad that we have the wherewithal to do this. I'll be glad when we don't have to do it anymore. There's Leif Rigney. I see him. There he is, Leif Rigney, who wrote Remote Possibilities. There we go. So we've got all 6 of our playwrights. So a big thank you to all of you, first and foremost. Great work. And I know it's an interesting group here because we have a professor from Darren is a professor at Austin P, and I know that's not in Kentucky, but his wife is from Lexington and his in-laws live here. So we're allowing him temporary Kentucky status. That close, right? Yeah. Leif Erickson, who is one of our playwrights. I've been saying Rigney. Sorry, Leif. Leif Erickson, who's one of our playwrights. And also Leif is in our humanities division, teaches English. And in fact, a couple of these pieces started out in one of Leif's classes. So that's kind of cool. We have Matthew Morse. Matthew, you are a current student at UK. Is that correct?
I have graduated a couple weeks ago. So
right. Congrats.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Good.
I'm a UK graduate now.
Yes, excellent. Speaking of UK graduates, Jeremy Gillett is a UK graduate, and Jeremy was also, as many of you know, was one of our students here at BCTC many years ago. Well, not that many years ago, but enough years ago. And then we have a first here. We have 2 of our current students, even though they both just graduated in May, but it's the only time we've ever had current students actually submit work. We've had former students submit work, but never current students submit work for this play festival. So Caden and Mary, congrats for that. I just want to say that I love the variety of these pieces. I love all of the, there's so many different things happening, so many different topics explored in very short pieces. The whole evening, with 6 plays was right at about an hour, I'd suppose, an hour and 5 minutes. And yet there were so many things covered and such a variety of genre and style. And I think it was really cool. It was maybe one of the most versatile or diverse, should I say, group of pieces that we've ever had. We've been doing From the Bluegrass now for about 5 or 6 years, and this was one of the best hauls I think we've ever had in terms of plays. I will ask real quick. Let's see. Do we have any questions let's see. Corey, are there any questions you can put in the chat for me? Does anybody, if anyone at listening on YouTube has any questions and you'd like to put those in the YouTube chat, Corey can field those to me. If you've got questions for our playwrights or questions for our actors, as they're all hanging out as well. Also, if any of you have my personal email and want to text, no current questions. Okay, well, I'll start then. I'm going to ask Matthew a little about treatment. Treatment, I know, was entered into the American College Theater Festival, Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival 10-minute play. Could you tell us a little bit about that process?
I can. I'm going to pop my camera off real quick while I grab a charger. But I am happy. Can I take 2 minutes before I answer?
Yeah, I'll go to.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's not a problem. No problem. Let's see. Darren, tell us a little bit about the genesis of In a Tree. I remember this from a reading we had at SCTC a couple of years ago when you brought some of your work into. What were those meetings called that we refer to? We have material.
Yeah, we do a thing called we've been doing it for about 5-6 years now. I started God, it's been that long. Yeah, I started it several years ago when the playwrights wanted to just be able to meet together in a big group and read and get feedback from one another. And so it's a thing called the Playwrights Corner. And normally we do about 2 every, when we do have SETC, every time we do it, we do about 2 of them. And the plan is, we'll do it again in March when they do it. But yeah, it's a really exciting time. Anyone can come, anyone can share. I was head of playwriting for many years, and so now I'm just kind of still a member of it, but I'm not head of the division anymore. So this was kind of my child, and loved it because the playwrights wanted a way to kind of get feedback from each other. They didn't want anything big. They wanted to be able to read, listen to their own material, kind of like what you guys are doing. So it's really good for us as playwrights to hear the stuff, see if it's working, see if what's on the page is cueing into the actors, listening to an audience reaction, which, over the last year and a half, we hadn't been able to get. So it's a really, that's why it started. And so I started submitting a couple every year as well, just kind of as backup when other people come in. And so, yeah, it was just one of those pieces I did. I don't know where it came from other than I'm sure its genesis has to do with probably a news program I watched about who owns what and who makes up the rules. And so it was probably something like that. I was probably watching something on CNN or some show and got really ticked about who gets to make up rules.
We actually had a question about our first question came in, Darren, that deals with that, and it asked, "What is the tree a metaphor for?"
It's just a tree, right? It says in the script, it's just a tree. I don't know. I guess I tend to write pretty much. I tend to not think about that when I'm writing. So though I'm sure there are metaphors, I tend to write with that stuff underneath and not on the surface as I'm writing. So because I feel like if I'm on the surface, I'm soapboxing a little too much. So I tend to kind of put it out there, but once you hear it, you realize as a playwright, oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. You're like, yeah, I put a lot of stuff in there. So, exactly. I think the metaphor is probably everyone kind of goes through times where you're like, why do you get to make the rules for what I do? Right. And I've always been anti-authoritarian. I have a major problem with authority, as my wife can tell you. So I'm sure it comes from that place a little bit with me as well. And then the idea that, just because I was here first, I get to make the rules, I think applies to so many things in our world, in our country and politics and our history and things like that. And so so that's probably where it's a little of everything.
Awesome. Thank you. Caden, we've got one for you. Let's see. Someone has asked, what inspired Skating with Ghosts?
Skating with Ghosts kind of came out of my own experience as a transhuman being in this era, and it's kind of like it was about like, oh, what happens if I talk to my past self, and what would that look like? Because that's a person who is incredibly different from who I am now, but it's also, I thought it was kind of a universal story, like even outside a trans experience, because we all have a past version of us that is now different than who we are now. So yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah, great. And we were very proud to produce that, Caden. Mary, we've got one that deals with your show. Savannah asked, what prompted you to go with the life and death theme for the play?
Hi, Savannah. I guess part of it came to me at 2 a.m., as lots of fun ideas do, when you're just kind of thinking about existence and the meaning of life. But another part of it came from, I saw this image on Pinterest, of all places, of this woman in this really long white gown. And she was like hovering over this mother holding her child. And it was an image of death, but it was portrayed very motherly. And I wanted to take that image and write a play about it, sort of. I mean, it deals with some other things in there, but that's sort of the inspiration for the start of it, I guess. Tim, you're muted.
Okay, sorry about that. My screen went haywire for a second. Thank you for that answer. That's great. We had another question. Let's see. Diane asked, where do you all get your inspiration for a short play? Jeremy, Matthew, and or Leif, if any of you would like to tackle that one. Where do you get your inspiration for a short play?
I'm ADD as hell, so like a short play seems to fit my consciousness. I have a thing to say, and I want to get in there. I want to say it, and I want to get out, and that's really the inspiration. I'm intimidated by long works.
Yeah. What about you other fellas? Jeremy, Matthew, any thoughts on that?
I'm inspired by what happens in the world and around me, and from there, you just got to create a stories that have compelling characters and good content.
Awesome. Matt, same question.
I will answer that, and then I'll answer the question that I skipped a little earlier.
Okay, thank you.
I think that for me specifically, I'm really inspired by particular moments, and 10-minute plays and short works give you a really interesting way of depicting a moment and finding meaning in moments, and there isn't pressure to make something last 2 hours. There isn't pressure to entertain for 2 hours. So you really get to focus on the simplicity, and I think that that's something that I really tried to embody in my piece specifically, was the simplicity of a conversation and how those 10 minutes really can shape people's lives. And then speaking to the American Theater Festival, I developed this piece under the guise of Herman Farrell, the playwriting professor here at the University of Kentucky. And the University of Kentucky and BCTC both have had strong presences at the American Theater Festival. We're both part of the Southeast region. I had to look at my compass real quick. And yes, Region 4. And I think students from both schools have had success. The festival recognizes everyone in all forms of the craft of theater. I was fortunate enough to have my play produced as part of the New Playwriting Initiative, and then passed on for consideration for national awards. I know that BCTC has had a ton of actors and designers. Kentucky is trying to get the ball rolling with submitting more of its students, but Tim has done a great job. The entire festival does a great job of recognizing artists from the area, and I was fortunate enough to have submitted my work and had it recognized and had it produced, and I'm happy to have had it produced a second time through BCTC.
That's great too, because last year we had another piece that Kelsey Waltemeyer had written, which also was entered into the festival and made it to the regional festival. And another connection there that you mentioned was Herman Farrell. Jeremy, you did quite a bit of work with Herman when you were sort of exploring your playwriting phase, yeah?
Yeah. Herman was good. Herman worked with me on my first piece, Black and 25 in America. Mm-hmm. And he's really he's just a great springboard and mentor. So no surprise you're having success, Matthew.
That's great. Darren, did you have a question? You just you're just playing around with the buttons. Okay, that's good. If there are any other questions that anybody has, let me have them. Or as I say, if you want to text me with anything. Those of you that have written full-length pieces, this is one of those questions probably get a lot and you probably hate, but which do you not which do you prefer, but which is more difficult, writing a short piece or writing a longer piece? Darren, what do you think? You're muted, buddy.
I think they're different animals. I teach playwriting. I think for years I fought against the short play format. I hated it, right? And I had Gary Garrison and a couple others kind of beat me into submission about how important it is, and I do think they are. They about 10 years ago, I kind of caught on the short play bandwagon, and I do like them. I think they're really good. I think what Matthew said was a really strong argument for short plays, that short plays can do one thing really well. They can explore small moments. Most of my plays I kind of put under the umbrella called close encounters. Like there are these very small moments that happen that might shape you. They're not good for big issues. I think sometimes I've tried to put big issues in small works, and they tend to frustrate me as a writer. Because the two that I wrote that I was attempting to do big issues, one was immigration and something else, and all my audiences go, "What are you doing? You did it for 10 minutes. I just got tore into by my audiences, but for leaving them hanging." Yeah. So they are a good thing. I do love full-length playwriting. However, it is incredibly frustrating. It is an incredibly frustrating process. I'm in the middle of 2 right now that it ages you. 10-minute plays, I tend to write quickly. I think about them a long time, and then I sit there and write them. Full-length plays tend to age you. And so, but I think they're incredibly important. Now, it's a different animal nowadays. I don't want to monopolize, but, we talk about 2 hours. I don't think plays can be over 2 hours anymore. It used to be you could have 3. I mean, The Inheritance now on Broadway was this giant piece. I think those are few and far between. Most plays now, I think you got to look at 90 minutes or shorter. I mean, I think our audience, we fight, unfortunately, with an audience that doesn't want to be there. And so I think our challenge is to figure out how to tell stories, not to challenge film and television, to show people that theater is different.
Yeah.
And so by doing so, you're constantly changing. And this year and a half has made me rethink, how do I tell stories now? And how do I tell stories to a live audience? And so it's just a different animal, I think. So I like them both. 10 minutes are kind of exercises for me. And then, when I really want to get my hair even grayer, I jump into full-length plays. So
Darren, are you suggesting, Darren, that I'm not the only one who just dumps my head in the pillow when I'm stuck, or a character isn't developing, or I don't speak to people for an hour or 2?
All of this comes from writing plays.
Darren's actually only 19 years old, and that's amazing. Yeah. What about Matt? I saw you in agreement there. Have you written full-length pieces as well?
I have, and it is frustrating. I think that the problem I've had is that there's just so much more to edit. In a 10-minute play, you look at it and you change a page, and it's changed the show. And I think the same can be said about full length, and there are just 9, 10, 15 times the pages. So that can be really difficult. It's exciting that you can make small changes and everything can turn out so different, but it's also frustrating to no end that sometimes you sit and you think, I don't know what's wrong, and then it's 5 lines, and it's fun. It's different. I think that it challenges you to be a better writer in ways that short pieces don't, but it's frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think maybe we want to take maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. If we don't have any other questions from the audience, if any of our cast have any questions that they'd like to ask of either the playwright of their piece or playwright of one of the other pieces, raise your hand and we'll be glad to get some of your questions in. As you guys have done such a bang-up job on all of this, and we're really proud of you. And some of you pulled double and triple duty for this piece, so we appreciate it. So anybody in the cast, raise your hand if you have anything that you'd like to ask any of these fine folks. No one? Oh, come now. Yes, there you go. Who is that? Fletch, go ahead.
Mary, since I have done one of your pieces now, I was just wondering, now that you've seen the production, now that it's all come full circle and it's not really your baby anymore, it's out there in the world, have you had a kind of a second look at it? And have you started reanalyzing what you wrote? And, you know, are there any decisions that you might have made a little bit differently, you know, when you were writing it the first time?
Yeah. I haven't looked at the pages yet. I've looked at them in my head millions of times. And as you guys were saying the lines, I'm like going through and thinking, well, this, I'm going to move this and I'm going to elaborate on this and, you know, change things around. But I really enjoyed like seeing it come to life. It was so awesome to see, like, the costuming was really well done, and the way that you guys have said the lines was just like spot on. And I'm really proud of it. Yeah, there are some questions in the YouTube chat. I think there are some things that I'm gonna change. I don't regret the way that it is now at all. I think that it's right where it needs to be, and it'll grow probably over this next year as I continue to tweak it and make it a little longer, I think. Yeah.
Well, let me know when you're finished making it longer.
Oh, for sure. I'll call you up.
Because
You'll be the first one.
reprise my role, because I really enjoyed that piece. That was a lot of fun.
For sure.
Let's see. Jeremy, we have a question from Beth. Beth B has a question. Beth would like to know if you've thought about making your piece a full-length piece.
Yes, Beth B. This was a great springboard and tester for the material. And I was hoping if I could talk to the cast, I would have loved to hear some of the cast feedback about what worked, what didn't work. There were times that I wasn't able to meet with the cast, but yes, Beth, to answer your question, full-length piece.
Nice. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh gosh, I wish I could see those a little bit better. Let's see. Do writers have input into their characters? Do writers have input into how their characters are portrayed and come to life? Writers, what do you think? Do you?
I didn't want to have input personally, because I didn't want, like, after the table read, if they had questions, they, like, Stephani, I know, who's playing Death tomorrow, she texted me a couple of things and I gave her my answers as best I could, but otherwise I didn't want to have any input, because I didn't want to influence their interpretation of my material. Right. And the director's interpretation of my material, because I knew if I got into that rehearsal room, I was gonna, you know, nitpick everything and just go ham, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted them to do their job, and because I already did mine. So yeah,
that's a good answer. That's a really good answer, and it is tough. There's a double-edged sword, I think, as someone who myself is an actor and a director and has written plays. There's a double-edged sword of having a playwright close by, that it can be a good thing, and it can be, something that can potentially, I don't want to say be a negative, but it can potentially cause conflict of some type. So I think that's a great answer. Let's see. Question for Leif Erickson. What inspired the time loop idea? Was it a metaphor of the loops we were all stuck in during the pandemic? Boy, that's a great question.
That is kind of part of it. I think it arose from the subconscious. I'm fascinated with time travel. I love time travel stories, and I was like, I have to incorporate some time travel in here somehow. And of course, yes, with the pandemic and we're all stuck in this loop, I think that all sort of just bubbled to the surface. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it, actually.
That's great. Yeah. And I had sort of, that thought had crossed my mind, especially since it was written specifically. Leif's, I believe, is the only piece we would say was written specifically for a Zoom style or team style production, as it were.
I had lots of ideas for teams or Zoom style productions, and so I just ended up putting them all in the same piece, basically.
Okay. Hey, Corey, are you sharing your screen still? I'm seeing a lot of your stuff.
I think maybe it's just looking for me on there. Oh, there it is. They still have my old email address on there, so don't email that one.
Okay. If we could take that down, I was going to see if I could see any of the other questions. We've got time for maybe one final question. So
I'm looking at them if you want me to pick one out. I think there's one more that we could probably do.
Okay, give us one more, Mary.
For everyone or anyone, what is it like to see your work come to life?
That's a great one. Yeah, let's ask that. Any of you want to jump in with that? What's it like? I know a lot of you. I know, Jeremy, you've had the opportunity to see one of your full-length plays come to life. And Darren, I know certainly you've had a couple of your pieces that have been performed in full. So what is it like? What's it like? Or even something like this? What's it like to see this and to see the work come to life in front of you?
It's a heart attack if you're a control freak.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's like it's a very it's an unnerving feeling. So yes, while you're excited that it's taking place, it isn't a place that you just like wish you were in all day, every day, because it's really, it's a nerve-wracking feeling. Because it's so you're under a microscope and you're opening yourself up to be criticized. And sometimes if the content is important to you, that means your feelings are criticized, and so it's a mixed bag. It's a really tricky bag. I don't know. The other playwrights can chime in about that. Grateful, appreciative, but emotional roller coaster.
It was the first time for me. I've written plays, but I've usually been involved. This was the first time I wrote a play and just turned it over and was like, well, we'll see what happens. I was very pleased, by the way, but I found myself so nervous leading up to it with almost stage fright, even though I really didn't have anything to do with it after I gave it over to you all. It was like, it was my baby, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It does feel that way. I know even the limited experience I've had with it, I felt the same way, Leif. It's very you're stunned and amazed by it, but at the same time, it very much is can be a double-edged sword. Give me one other of you that would like to comment on that, and then we'll wrap up. Darren, what about it?
It's everything that's been said. It's incredibly exciting. It's the one thing you want more than anything is to have actors and directors want to produce your material and hear it, and that's really exciting. It's also there's a lot of fright to it, at times, especially, I feel at home with actors and directors. So it's been weird, hearing these readings since the pandemic where you don't have a lot of audience response has been a little more easier because I trust actors and directors.
Yeah.
So I tend to write things that have very little direction in them because I tend to want the act. So I trust, I trust you guys. And so it's scarier for the first time in front of an audience that you're like, are they going to freaking laugh, or is this serious, or is it working? Do they understand it? That's much scarier. But at the same time, when it works, it's the best thing in the world, right? So.
Lynn Nottage, I was lucky enough to get to meet and have an evening with Lynn Nottage where she worked, got to hear a production or hear a table read of a production of one of her plays that I was directing. And she said something to us that night that has always resonated me, because someone asked her a question similar to this. And she said, I saw two of my shows. It was the same show, two productions of the same show within about 2 weeks of each other. And she said, after I saw the first one, and I'm paraphrasing wildly because this was almost 20 years ago, but she said, after I saw the first one, I thought, this is fantastic. I'm a wonderful playwright and this is great. She said, after I saw the second production, I wanted to go hide, in the bathroom, basically, because the production was not obviously is good. So again, it's that double-edged sword, I think. Jeremy, we'll let you have the last word. Go ahead. You got your hand up.
Tim, I just wanted to thank you for continually creating platforms for not just playwrights, but artists all around. And these platforms are not just inspirational for students, but they're inspirational for playwrights and bivocational artists. And so I want to thank you for pioneering in such a time where it called for a pioneer for artists to have an outlet to create. So thank you very much. And I'm really grateful for you, my friend.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I am pleased to be able to do this. From the Bluegrass is something we'll continue to do every year. And it's always one of my favorite times of the year, whether we're doing it this way or whether we're doing it in person, as hopefully we will be full-time next year, in which case we will get to debut one of Jeremy Gillett's full-length plays that we were about a week out of doing when the pandemic hit. So hopefully spring of 2022, that will be going up. Well, I want to, excuse me, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. This is fantastic. I want to thank you all for coming and for talking and for answering our questions and being gracious enough to let us do your work. And I want to thank all of my cast and crew and all of our audience members tonight. Thank you very much. We'll be live again tomorrow night at 7:30. We do have a second cast that will be doing Time, Mary's play. There was those roles will double cast. So if you want to see a completely different cast and an equally wonderful but somewhat different version of that show, we'd love to have you come around. Tell all your friends. We had a nice little audience tonight. We'd love to have double that tomorrow. So tell all your friends and family, and let's fill the virtual seats. Put virtual butts in the virtual seats. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night and a great weekend. Cast.